focusing on land-based political struggle.
Okay.
And then we started to expand the project all throughout the city.
Okay.
I've always felt a real affinity to this land. I came here to an event a year ago, and it just really speaks to me. And you're one of the first people I connected with.
Oh, thank you.
So, thank you. Thank you for your time. We just want to highlight, really kind of dig into the soil and learn about that struggle, and especially your role in that. And yeah, so you were saying earlier that you grew up in this neighborhood?
Yes.
Yeah, how was your life growing up in this neighborhood?
It was fun. Like, it was really fun in spite of like the racial tension and differences, between the Latinos and my Black and brown family, African American, versus the Caucasians, right? The whites. But overall, you saw community. You really saw community there.
What did that look like? What did that feel like, that community?
So what it felt like was, obviously we didn't have cell phones at that time, right? So back here, behind these beautiful plants, there used to be some vacant property. And we used to jump from the second floor and, jump into an old abandoned mattress. Right. And then, of course, the neighbor would...
see the picture right now, right?
Yeah. So that was our fun time, right? And then the neighbors would come out. It was like, no te apures, que te lo voy a decir a tu mai. And I was like, oh God, I wasn't doing anything. I was playing, right? Just right along with the community kids. And they looked out for each other and the children, So if you needed something, like, I don't know, a cup of sugar or whatever, or just needed to talk to somebody, you had literally a neighbor that can help you out. So
everybody was looking out for each other.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you said you went to Kensington High School also?
Yes.
You pretty much lived here your whole life?
40 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except when you were in the suburbs.
Right. Well, I'm actually a native New Yorker. And then my parents, when they divorced, my dad moved to the island, my mom moved here, and then I went into Kensington.
Okay.
Got pregnant early, and then after that, she said, well, you're going to go to the suburbs because you're out of pocket, just being mischief. And it wasn't that. It was just, the racial tension, and then also sticking up for people that I believed that needed my help, and that was some friends that were like disabled and things of that nature. Moved to the suburbs. It was all right. It was mind-blowing. The schools were very different from ours. We didn't have what they had, a swimming pool for gym, right. Other curriculums. It was very different.
So those inequities were really stark early on.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about your experiences fighting for this land here. You've been here 40 years. How did you get started with the fight here?
All right, so I'm block captain of my neighborhood, and I just decided to walk up because I seen just a couple people here standing, right? And my inner North Philly self, my guards went up, and it was like, what are you doing here? And I wasn't friendly at all. And, a couple of people that I met, they were like, oh, well, we're doing this. We're trying to take over the land, for the community. And then I just went probing like, well, where are you from? But they weren't from this area, So, of course, I was very disgruntled about that. In regards to, you're coming here and you just want to take over something like this when we've been here trying to fight the city in regards to clean it up. We want clean space. I had put a proposal to the city of Philadelphia, and along with the congregation that I go to for church. And so at that point, the whole sketch was, we have vacant lots. We would like to take the elders and have them work the land. And then my idea behind all that was to go to William McKinley, which is up the street, it's an elementary school, and have them come and do some agriculture and learn. How do you grow beans, like, tomatoes and things of that nature, and really take care of the land. And that didn't fruition. So then when I met them, my conspiracy was like, aha, they took my idea and gave it to somebody else. Right?
Right.
You would think that, because I was like, I wrote that. I proposed that to the city in this community. So then after that, I kind of like started watching them, kind of thing. Like, let me see what these people are up to. Then all of a sudden I started like coming in a little bit more. Then I got involved. Here's 7 years or plus that I've been fighting for the land.
Is that your church calling you?
That's everybody calling me.
So you've been fighting for the land, la tierra. You've been here even before
Yeah.
some of the other folks showed up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, that's an important like sort of backstory.
Yeah.
Why do you do it? Why is it so important to you?
You know, when I was younger, as I mentioned, and my mom took me to the suburbs, right?
Hold on. Let's try to, when we answer the questions, you're doing great, but when you answer the question, try to include the question in the answer when you do all. So
Gotcha.
the answer is, why do you do this? So you say, the reason why I do this is, and then go into
Okay, I gotcha. Okay,
Go ahead.
all right.
So why do you do this? Why do you fight for this land here?
Okay, so the reason why I do this, why I'm fighting for the land, is we all need to have something beautiful. You know, I can't hug a building. You know, it doesn't bring me peace. It doesn't bring me that breathable space, right? And I feel very strongly that our people in our community deserve that. We deserve to have nice things. You know, not just another development one after the other and stuff. Like, you know, we go out in the suburbs. How many of us can go out there? Not too many. We should have a green space. You know, I think every community in Philadelphia should have a space where they can say, I can come here and relax and sit down and nobody bothers me. Kind of like smell the roses kind of thing.
Right.
You know, and it also minimizes mental health. It helps with, you know, people that are asthmatic, like myself. You know, we need that. So the more you diminish, you know, life, as I call it, then what's left?
Right.
It's destruction.
Well, I feel that peace, even as the wind was blowing through here, I could feel a sense of calm, you know, in these lands. So how did the land get its name? Who was Cesar Iglesia, this man over here?
Yeah, well, he's a Puerto Rican activist,
Okay.
and he also, you know, activist right there is what we do, in the sense of to try to keep it minimized under the political scope, right? So my goal is to educate our people in regard what Cesar did, you know, fighting for the land, fighting for the people in the community, aside from like, hey, you have rights, you know, you can accomplish anything in regards to that.
Fighting for la gente.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about the young lords a lot lately with the garbage offensive.
Yeah.
And everything that's been going on with the strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing
Sure.
that. What is land to you? Like, it's kind of an abstract question. Like, what, and to a developer, it's a prized commodity. It's something to be exploited. But for you, what is land?
So what is land for me? That's sacred. That's Mother Earth. You know, we did a grounding, which is you walk barefoot in Mother Earth, right? And everything has a vibration. So our planet has a vibration. So when you're not feeling well and you plant your feet in the soil and just like really let go, there is nothing better than that. And there's no extra building that can give you that satisfaction.
Right.
You know, there isn't. So, I mean, like, I that's vital for me. Like, I'm at peace when I'm around nature, you know, and that's what I want to bring to the people in the community. Like, you know, enjoy the living life of the plants and Mother Earth. Like, look at the surrounding. Look what she gives us.
Right.
You know, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, no amount of AC can compare
No.
to sitting out here in the shade, right? Why should we defend land in Philadelphia, and why should we defend this land here at Iglesias Gardens?
So why should we defend it? I mean, for going back to variable reasons, right? Number one, kids need to know what's playing in the dirt. You know, my kids did that. You know, like, oh, go outside and get a worm or something, you know? Like, they don't even know that, you know? And when we give little workshops here about like something so simple as that, a butterfly, you know? We've lost touch of all that, you know? Like the fireflies. We don't see that.
Right.
Where are my fireflies at? My kids used to chase fireflies back then, you know, and stuff. We don't have that anymore. You know, so let's bring back the ecosystem that's so important, that's vital for all humanity. So I do definitely want to keep this here and hopefully establish more to come throughout the community.
You can learn a lot from those monarch butterflies.
Yes.
Mariposas, when they go, they don't see no borders or nothing.
Exactly, yeah.
The lightning bugs, they were like a hood staple.
Yeah.
I was growing up, they were in the hood. Now, you got to go to like Fairmount Park and you might see them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you have to go outside of your perimeter.
There was so many where like 5 or 6 kids could be catching them and keeping them in jars on the block.
Yeah.
That's how many they were, like just flying around. Like
yeah.
lightning bugs, that takes you back. I see one and it just takes me back to my childhood.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's an example of how development is impacting, Mother Earth. How have development efforts impacted the land?
How they impacted the land. You know, you mentioned it's a, how do I see it versus what a developer sees, right? They see, oh, this is moneymaker. You know, you can't take this with you. Once you exit the universe or the earth, whatever it is, you're out of here.
Right.
You know, in regards to that. And it's kind of like, where's your compassion? You know, you talking about, oh, affordability. There's nothing affordable. You come in, you establish what I call a cardboard box, you know, of a home, and you can't even make it affordable for the people in the community, you know, because you take this silly radius between the suburbs and the city and kind of like, hey, here's the middle. There's families that are working, parents that are working, trying to support, you know, their family, and all they want is just a home. You know?
I don't even know how they calculate the AMI or the area median income or.
Yeah, so what they do with the AMI, so like here we are in Philadelphia, right? So they go into like bucks, you know, like that, and they're kind of like, oh, hey, I think everybody's making 80,000. Nobody's making 80,000 around here.
No.
You know, but it's not that they're not working, you know, but it's, hey, they've been either maybe not educated or maybe they just stuck in that particular job and kind of like lost track of time, you know, and kind of like turn around like, oh my God, now I'm at this age. What do I do now? I might as well stay here and just continue, you know, so there's a lot of variables.
What's the status of the fight here right now?
The status, yeah. So, I mean, you know, we won the land.
Okay.
You know, that was a big celebration with that. Every time they see us in City Hall, they're like, or even hear our name, they're like, oh my God, here they come. You know, and I love it. I love that they feel that we're not, you know, they thought that we weren't smart enough. In spite that we don't have their background of degrees and things of that nature. You know what I mean? But how can you compare that with passion and humanity? You know, that I feel that that's going to overpower, which it did. And here we are with this land.
Well, that's one reason why we were drawn to this story, because this is an example of actually a win. You know, like when the people unite and organize in a concerted campaign, we can actually win.
Yeah.
Right? And that's happening here. So what are some memorable moments organizing with the Iglesia Gardens?
Some memorable moments. So there was a Kill the Bill.
Okay.
So Kill the Bill. So down at this angle, like if you're going towards Berks and Third Street. So on Third Street, right at the corner, it used to be a scrapyard.
Okay.
So in that scrapyard, you can't develop nothing there. The soil's no good, you know. So you know they were gung ho, and they were going to establish this like I don't know some ridiculous 7-story. I don't know. It was just tall, and of course they were going to do commercial at the bottom and then livable up top. And you know, so we were throwing a fundraiser, but at the same time we were fighting the city, and all of a sudden. That fundraiser became into a celebration because we executed a Killing the Bill. So that was like the best party ever. It was great because we had masses of people out here. I mean, I met people from Brazil, from Germany, like all walks of life, you know, even living here in Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, Delaware. Like they were just coming. And, we had this enormous fundraiser, whatever. And then when we get the breaking news that we killed the bill, what a celebration.
Which bill? What's the name of the bill?
Kill Bill. Kill the bill.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
How many people showed up for that? What year was it?
I believe it was either before or a little after COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how would you situate like the timeline for this fight? Because I've been looking at, Inquirer articles. It goes pretty far back. Right?
Yeah. So going back is, like I mentioned, it was literally just one little tiny space cleaned out. We're all huddled up, pulling the people in the community. Like, come on, this is where we live. We should have nice stuff. We should have a space that we can bring our kids and, just hang out. Right. And, we got them involved and everything. And then door knocking became a thing. And all of a sudden, 12 people multiplied it into more. If they couldn't come in person, it was on a Zoom, or they did other attributes to, for Iglesia Garden. And looking backwards until now, and it's like, wow, look how far we've come. From a group of people that didn't know anything about on the political, in the sense, right? Like how the city councilmen are, versus what do we want to do when we win this land? Because I'm a firm believer, if you believe it, it's going to happen, right? And they're like, oh, but we don't know. I can't have negativity. We're moving forward. We're going to win. We're going to conquer this land. And we did. And then, and we striving to do what's next. What's next is knocking doors, teaching these people, especially the youth. What are you going to do for your community?
That's part of the training today, which we're gonna stick around for that too, and learn more about that. How do you? Before I go there, how is this fight connected to other struggles across the city? So we started with FDR Park, right? Save the UC Townhomes, Chinatown. Right? How is this struggle connected to those?
So the struggle connected to that, like, okay, with Chinatown, you just want to rip those roots out. With no consideration about the people, like, oh, we just want to build this because it's all about monetary, right? Why can't you go somewhere like where the airport is at, where the Eagle Stadium is at, right? Why can't you buy a land down there or something, lease it? I don't know. Why does it have to be people that already set roots? It's one of the attractions, I'm going to say, about our, tourists that come, oh, Chinatown. They come in, they have a good time, they spend money in that community. It's not fair. It is not fair at all. And now it's, where are you're gonna give me some voucher to go where? You're separating people from the community, that they build that foundation there. And that's what they're trying to do here. Same thing. How many times do I get a text message or a little card that says, hey, we'll give you X amount of dollars cash for your property. Right. Where do you want me to go? My house is paid for. You want me to get into a mortgage in a place where you're just booting everybody to that same location so then you can go ahead and bring this on an upscale? So you don't think that I'm worthy enough to be surrounded in more of a prestigious or lavish environment?
Land speculators are nothing more than contemporary Christopher Columbus in a way.
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
A modern day version of that. So, well, how do you foresee the future of this fight? What's today's training about?
So today's training, I've been out of the loop a little bit, just for family emergency purposes and stuff like that. But basically today is teaching us, like, how can we move forward and help with the right tools to guide in the community. I believe that's the training for today, but quote me if I'm wrong.
Are you one of the trainers?
No, I'm going to learn.
You probably know all the neighbors like by name though, don't you? Or?
By name, by face. There's this one lady down the street, and she literally was born here.
Oh, wow.
She's 86 years old.
Like literally birthed?
Just about. Yeah. Like, no, like, it's like real. And she's white. and she loves it. Like, she's loved being around in the community. You know, why should she go anywhere? You know, just because it changed a little bit.
Right.
You know, everybody loves her, everybody respects her, everybody knows her, you know? So, and it's one of those things, like how beautiful it is that we have different cultures in the community and we all live fine.
Right. When you talk about like that uprooting in Chinatown, I'm reminded that this uprooting not only severs ties, but disrupts knowledges too. You got an 86-year-old abuela,
Yeah.
grandma, white lady, right? But she's full of knowledge and
Yes.
wisdom.
Yes.
You put her somewhere else, right? We lose that in a sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
We get disconnected. So it's important to protect and steward this land. You're going to be learning about surveying vacant lots. Is that part of it too?
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Yeah.
Door knocking,
Yep.
talking to community members.
Yeah.
Well, as we start to wrap up, I'd love to hear about challenges and successes. You mentioned a little bit before. What are some of the biggest challenges and successes in organizing to defend this land?
I think I'll start with the challenge is, you know, the people in the community, you know, they're disgruntled. Kind of like, oh, I already heard all that, right? Because when you have politicals knocking at your door, kind of like, hey, come and vote for me, right? Is I'm going to do great things or whatever the case might be. You know, they're like, oh, yeah, we have a Latino running in office and all this other stuff. Then all of a sudden it's kind of like, well, we voted for you. What happened? Right? And getting them to understand, number one, what are census? Number two, how important is the land? You know, how important is your house to yourself? You know, don't get blindsided when they're throwing you a bone, in a sense. Like, that's so offensive. You know, you want to throw somebody a bone because you figure that, oh, they're going to grab it because all they're going to do is either spend it or whatever the case might be. We want to educate as much as we can. It's like, no, stick to your house. You paid for it. It's yours. You know what I mean? There's programs out there that you can benefit from, like the taxes and stuff like that. And we're here to fight with you. We're here to fight with you. You know what I mean? We're here. You know that this is a support and stuff, but you got to come along with us. We can't do it all for you.
I already feel like I'm starting to become a part of it.
Are you getting motivated?
A little bit. What are some challenges in organizing or successes across the city as a whole? Because y'all aren't just like isolated in this little pocket, right?
No. Well, in this pocket, yes. But for example, the I think they're called Freedom Street Riders, for the horse. We actually got together with them and collaborated, and also went over to their, you know, area and like helped out. Like, okay, you know, like, what do you need us to do? Do you need us to feed the horses? Do you need us to carry the hay? Or, you know, like, just make that solidarity connection.
Right.
And just know that, you know, we're here if you need us to fight for you. Along with you, I should say, right? And a couple times they've come and brought their horses, you know, had the kids touch them, and the kids ask questions about the horse or whatever. So, you know, we made connections down over in Germantown and Nicetown, you know, with some people in the community there. This one lady is helping with her little land and stuff like that, and we went there to their church. And it's just making connection at different places. So they know, like, oh, yes, we know about them, about the Iglesia's Garden. They've came here. They've done this. They helped us with that. So it's kind of building that stronger community throughout the city of Philadelphia.
Okay. So there's a big mix of people in this fight throughout the city. Big mix of people here, too. I've seen children. It's very intergenerational.
Yeah.
Earlier, you kind of alluded to some of the racial and ethnic, like, dynamics, right? Class variation as well.
Yeah.
How is that a challenge? How is that a strength, too?
It's a strength. I'm going to use that first.
Okay.
Because we do have mix. You know, we have LGBTQ+. You know, we have, of course, white. Right. Latinos when I mean Latinos of all different ones, right? We have our Muslim brothers and sisters, right? It's just like a whole lot. And it's showing people like, they don't have to be here. It's not all just one race. You know what I mean? Like, just because this is more Latin dominant, they're here because they believe in the same thing, that all people in the community, wherever you live, you should have a place to grow something, to relax, and have mental clarity, and just be connected with nature. Yeah.
There's a lot of strengths in that. How is that a challenge, though?
The challenge is, it's not so much about the different culture. It's really, for me, is my culture.
Yeah.
You know, I can't speak about anybody else in the garden, but in the sense of getting my people to come out and be like, look, man, we got to fight.
You the only body out here?
No, who else is so far? Because Mike is not Boricua.
Oh,
No, he's
was.
Ecuadorian.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Nicaragua.
Okay.
He's from Nicaragua. Yeah, I think I am.
So that's a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How are we going to win? How do we keep this victory marching onward?
How do we keep it? Number one, we're going to have a training, right? So the more educated that we are, the more we can put out there and produce, right? And show the people like, hey, we started from this, and look what has developed, right? What has accomplished, This ramp here for people that are handicapped, they want to participate. Why shouldn't they? And stuff like that. So like that was established, and it's really, keep on networking with other communities. Even if it's, I think outside the box. I like to, going to Jersey, let's connect with them too. We're going to Delaware, let's connect with them too. New York, bring it on, right? Because there's power in number. And the more people that share that same that common ground, it makes us stronger on that.
Well, part of the mission of this project is that political education component.
Yes.
So part of the plan in 2026 is to screen the film, and to educate people from all over.
Absolutely.
So we want to grow that audience and share this story, spread your story as well. I want to thank you so much for your time and your insights and sharing your wisdom and your experiences and your knowledge. Any final thoughts you'd like to share? I know you're a popular woman right now.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, like our baby boomers have stopped fighting in a sense, and I think of like the Young Lords, the Black Panthers, even the Jewish community, the Asian community, our ancestors. And when I mean ancestors, we're all coming from almost the same mold, right? And it's bringing that and teaching our young people to never give up on a fight. If you're passionate about something and you want something good for your community and you deserve that in your community, you fight for it. Become educated and continue to fight, and don't be afraid. So.
I see a lot of courage in you. Follow-up details. So, we're going to be in production throughout the rest of the summer.
Okay.
Our ultimate goal is to enter this in a bunch of film festivals. So we'll be sending that out, God willing, inshallah.
Yeah.
In the winter and onward. And do we have your consent to have you in the film as well?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll have some like paperwork you'll have to sign,
Okay.
some papers and stuff like that.
Okay.
But you'll be seeing us around.
Okay.
And email and text. Is that
That's fine. Yep.
Okay. We're not just going to disappear. You
No.
might see me.
No, I mean, even this, I think this is amazing. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I mentioned, we should have a book. A book, pictures of what we started. Because seeing is believing.
The progress.
Right, the progress. And a lot of people in the community, like I said, are very disgruntled and lose that momentum because it is frustrating, But, all the hard work, look what we prevailed.
Right.
And more to come.
We want to document that. You're a part of that oral history, so thank you again. Appreciate you very much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Get that microphone.
Yep.
Yeah, that mic's on the end.
Hey.
Can we get a quick picture? Both of you guys can come up here. Stay right. Just stay right. Just hold it. Hold it right now. I want to get a picture. Yeah. Move over. Move over. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Cool. I got the remote right here. So we want to have the camera.
You want to come in it?
The camera. I'm in there. Yeah, I want the camera in there. So here we go. Yeah, dale. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you over there.
Okay.
Now I can answer this phone.
All right.
Jesus. Woo.
And they said we're not allowed to film the training, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Good.
yeah. But is it okay if we film around the land, but not any of the people? You know what I mean? Like,
How long do you got before you start the training?
It's at 6 o'clock that
I
it
know. I
starts.
just need like 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
Can you just stand here while I do that?
yeah, for sure.
Watch my stuff.
Yeah, a lot of
I'm gonna do everything I need to do in like 10 minutes before they even start. I got the drone too.
Yep. Oh shit.
Yeah.
You got the drone?
Yeah, right here. That's what I'm doing.
Oh my.
Yo, everything all right? I was gonna.
Love that shit.
Estaba en una entrevista.
What's that white thing?
Huh?
You look at up on National Geographic.
No, I know. It's been in the garden because they're doing the
What you
film.
say, bro?
So
What's that white thing right there?
That's it's a tripod for my phone.
Okay.
They got like a little
Oh
remote.
yeah, I know.
I always set it up with my phone, like when I'm setting stuff up, or I don't always have somebody to be like, "Yo, take this picture for me," like we just did. Like I would have had to take one of just y'all two to be, but I wanted to be in the picture, so that's how I changed that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be down in a minute.
I didn't know that went. Good?
Yeah, that went real good. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna take this
Oh my
off of the. You got that? I'll get the mic off
No,
you.
I'm good. I still got a phone.
This is the 60 camera that I
Yeah.
This thing is like stuff it can do is crazy.
I saw you holding like the boom or like the.
Yeah. Because this thing records front, back, sides, everything. Yeah.
Give me a
It
minute.
records
I'll
in
be done in a second.
360. Like I gotta show you the stuff. And I come right back.